Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, last series we'll talk about the Eastern Conference Knicks against the Boston Celtics. So, what is it that the Knicks need to do to win this series?
I think get Bridges more involved. I think he was. I'm just pulling this out of my head. I could be completely wrong. I think he was in the like 12 to 15 point a game average for this series, and he was pretty passive for the most part. So I think they're gonna have to, because they can't just the Celtics are so spread out scoring wise and defensive wise. You just it's hard for me to believe that Brunson can like beat them single handedly. And so you're going to need Bridges to get like 20 points a game. Obviously, you're going to want like Cat to get like 20 to 25. But Bridges, to me, I just see as like the weak out of like their scoring load. He's been not up to par so far.
Yeah, so on the series, just to further your point, he was 16 points, but he
Okay.
shot 32% from three and 47% from the field.
So it's not horrible, but
No, but you got
maybe.
to get I think like ultimately what it's not bad, but my thing is like I'm with you and when we talked about the Piston game, it's the same with when we were talking about the Piston series, it's like they need to somebody other than Brunson needs to like show up a little bit here. And so I if it's got to be Bridges or Cat needs to be more consistent. Anunoby was fine at times. I felt like he kept him in a lot of games against the Pistons, help win. But it just got to be one of these guys. So whether it's Bridges, like you mentioned, or Towns, especially like these guys got to show up. Like you said, get 20 plus points a game. And Bridges, I mean, let's take some pressure off of Brunson. Brunson's going to have Holiday,
Mhm.
White, Brown, Tatum, like they're just gonna rotate this guy on. He's
Yeah.
gonna be on. Everyone's gonna just tire him out. And if you're going to win this series, you can't just tire the dude out because you'll lose this series very quick if that's what you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. What about the Celtics?
I think like health maybe is a concern because they had like a lot of their guys are banged up right now, and like I think that could be like really the only thing is like if someone is playing hobbled and they injure themselves worse or something like that. But I think they just have a really strong, deep team. So I don't know. I don't really see like weak spots for them in this series.
Yeah, I would just say even though they'll probably do this, just don't fall too much in love with the shooting.
Mhm.
Like, it's a habit they can get into where they just like throw up a ton of shots. And it's just like, no, work your offense a little bit, do your thing, get to the hole. Like, I know they'll throw up a bunch of threes, but it's almost like a small critique because like, you're right, really, is their roster is so good. It's just hard to see. Like they can play eight deep against the Knicks. The
Yeah.
Knicks have like seven guys
Mhm.
tops that they rely on,
Yeah.
but they play all four or five of their guys against the Pistons
Yeah.
40 minutes or more. They're no way not going to play 40 minutes their guys against the Celtics. That's
Yeah.
not yeah. So yeah.
I would say maybe a thing with the Celtics is that I think they acknowledged in like one of the post games like this the Magic were like more physical than they expected or something like that.
Mhm.
And so I guess maybe you could go both ways. If you're the Knicks, it's like let's bang with these guys and like try to get in the post and like hit them and like make them respond because maybe they don't want to necessarily play the way, or maybe that was just the Celtics for that series. They thought it was going to be a total cakewalk. And like, oh, like the Magic. I mean, obviously the Magic are a really good defensive team. Like that's all they can do. But maybe it was like, okay, we got to give like a little more effort than we wanted to get through this series.
Yeah.
But maybe that's something if I'm Tom Thibodeau, I'm like, okay, Cat, now you got to like get in there and start throwing elbows on Porzingis, like rough him up.
Yeah, because that's the thing is like if Cat's in there, they really don't have rim protection, right? Like if he's playing center, and that's why the Boston Celtics needs to like keep attacking. But like the Knicks have a good, like on paper, they do have a good roster to play against the Celtics with Hart,
Hmm.
Bridges, and Anunoby all being like good defensive
Hmm.
perimeter defenders to cover Tatum and
Yeah.
Brown. It's just on the offensive side, it's just I just it's hard pressed to think that Brunson like, and that's the thing is if I were on the do what the Pistons did and just put Brunson in a ton of screens and just try to get the switches that you want and make him work because he'll be so tired by the end of the game, unfortunately for him, because that's their whole
Yeah.
offense. So yeah.
And I think maybe like because Tatum and Brown are due for a couple. They're always, I should say, not due. They're good for a couple like 25 games. Like you got to if they're when they're not on, like you got to take advantage of it. You can't
Correct.
like and that's typically the Celtics can get away with that because they just go to like a different guy for scoring. But like when those guys have an off night, like you just got that's when you have to win.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, X Factor.
I'm gonna say the same one for both teams because I think I'm gonna say Peyton Pritchard because like if it's bench versus bench, like who's gonna guard or like guard Peyton Pritchard, like McBride or Payne? Like
Yeah,
I, I don't think it's happening,
right.
and I think he's gonna kill those minutes. So I'll say for both ways, Peyton Pritchard and whoever.
Okay. Peyton Pritchard and whoever the Knicks guy is.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever. Yeah. I am with you. I like Peyton Pritchard, but I'm gonna stay like just Nick. I think Karl Anthony Towns can be a big factor in this
Hmm.
series. And if he can, you said so against the Pistons, he didn't even get to 20. He's 19.7 points per game. So
Hmm. Yeah.
can he get up to 25?
Hmm.
I think that's big for them if he could do
Yeah.
that. So just be more assertive if you're Karl Anthony Towns. So he's going to be my X factor.
I just have a feeling like Horford is gonna just have him like so frustrated because Horford
True.
knows like every like wily veteran move of just like grabbing and holding and shoving and pushing because this is what he does to Giannis every single time the Bucks play the Celtics. And I mean, I know Giannis isn't necessarily the highest basketball IQ, but like that gets him frustrated, and I
Sure.
just eventually Cat's gonna get mad and he's just gonna like start throwing shoulders and getting like charges and stuff like that. Like I just see that happening.
So yeah, what about also Cat, don't lose your head. Like let's
Yeah,
not do that either. Yeah. Yeah. He's just got to fight through it. He's got to fight through it. Okay, let's pick this series. Clint has the Celtics in 5. How you feeling?
that sounds pretty good, but I'm gonna just say Celtics in 6.
Okay. Um Boston in 6 for you, 5 for Clint. I'm gonna go 6 as well, Boston. Um yeah. Just to respect the Knicks a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.